one of Arknights Endfield's MCs, the female administrator. Headcanoned as a penguin, together with her male counterpart, Endmin is highly detailed with over 66,000 vertices and 2,000 parts in her outfit alone. She's very vital to the story, so let's take a closer look. To preface, my viewport isn't as glossy as in-game. Still working on a shader. From the front, I can definitely see the similarities to a penguin. While there is a merge of her being a bunny, I think penguin fits much better with a long turtleneck and dark flared out jacket, in addition to many small yellow details and the mask we'll look at later. From the side, Endmin is very, flat. Quite literally, in fact, as you'll see later when I take off the coat. From this side, you can see her shoes well, which are just normal sneakers, as well as how short her hair is, and just how many danglies she has. Much like the front, the back has a similar color scheme, with her flared out jacket and many yellow and black belts. In addition, from this side, she looks especially small with the big hood she has and the back of the coat covering down to her knees. Or even under it. Aside the shoulder strap and many silver details, the last side is the same. So let's go back to the top. From the top, immediately what sticks out to me is how green Endmin's hair actually is. On most of the promotional art, it's this black to very dark muted green, while on the model and especially in-game, it has a very green tint. She also has a tiny downturned ahoge, or just a strand at this point, and this hairpin. The mask is very textured with multiple layers and these yellow knobs on the sides. It's honestly really just a chunk of metal with AVCC01 and Enfield Industries written on it, or engraved I suppose. In the story, we are told what it does and that the Endmin might not need it anymore one day, but removing the mask, it might be better to keep it on. We can see it slightly whenever we have a downward angle, but taking it off fully looks kind of cursed to me. Mainly because we don't really see her without it, so it's probably just unusual. Her eyeliner is brown, with the lashes under the eyes being red to pink, looking oddly pointy. Her eyes are sage green with a light blue inner ring. I remember her eyes being a rhombus in the beta, so I wonder why they changed this. Perhaps it was too similar to Priestess, or might just appear when we control Originium. Sadly, the model I received doesn't have any visual mesh, so I can't make her make emotions, but at least her lips are a pretty pink and her cheeks are very, very pinchable. Moving further down, her fit is very layered. Aside having Endfield pasted on her like 50 fucking times, she wears a plain black turtleneck underlayer, a bigger white sweater with apparently detachable sleeves with these zippers, a safety pin, lever, or even navigation pin looking metal thing wrapped to her neck with this black-white double strap. The sweater also has a big diamond, probably rhombus shape on the front. Removing the coat, Endmin, as I've said before, is quite flat. The pouch of her sweater is wider than her chest, and while her behind looks a bit bigger, it too is fake. Ignoring the rest of the coat for now, let's look at the arms. Both arms are very puffy and mainly two-colored. The darker part has a similar pattern as to how levels of the map are showcased, but actively visible in things like the TP point. Aside from this, there's also this white split-up triangle with a similar pattern. Further down is a wrist guard thing. It's definitely thicker than a sleeve and clasped to it, though I'm not sure what it is for. On top of this, one of the main points of the early story is a bracelet with the bit of originium stored inside. It's a lot higher res than some of the other textures for some reason, and is strapped on top of the wrist guard with the 67th Enfield Industries pasted onto it. Endmin's hands are left quite plain though, and are just very blush shaded. Lots of red on the knuckles, and the nails with no paint on top of them. The other arm is the same, just with 1 or 2 more silver details and without the white triangle. On top of the base sleeves, we have this yellow cover over one shoulder, which seems to be just for decoration, with a maybe originium thing dangling off of it. And on the other one is this interesting thing. I'm not sure what it is, but it seems similar in material to her mask. It is again of a bit higher res, with another Enfield emblem, this time on an AirTag-like thing in between the strap connecting it to the jacket. The jacket overall is also multi-layered, increasing the layers that Endmin is wearing to visually 4. Because inside the dark coat, she has a smaller white inside with more zippers and these cute little tags. One is magenta and green, while the other is encased in plastic, which I've removed here for a better look, and a tag with Enfield on it. The front doesn't have much to talk about, mainly featuring lots of belt straps and places to cinch in the jacket. Much like the sleeves, the jacket on the side is separated by black with the same texture of the TP point, though it is more semi-permeable in-game. I've made it solid here for a better look. The back has the most detail, with a giant hood with lots of stuff hanging out from underneath, like yellow straps, some weird looking bags or metal pieces, all attached to the coat. In between these, we have yet another Enfield writing and more black and yellow danglies. Back to the front and further down, we might have an explanation as to why we have so much Enfield mention on our Endmin. Aside from being the MC, obviously, this outfit might be an altered uniform, noting the personal only writing at the bottom. Further down to her legs, there's not much else, only being her shorts with tights underneath and her shoes. Her shoes are mostly black, with little lime-colored tags, as well as a white strap being wrapped around the top. Underneath, there's not much, aside just the usual sneaker texture you'd expect. Personally, I really like the female Endmin's design. It's very similar to the male one, has a lot of fabric detail, and has many elements referencing the world they're in. I can't wait to see how much more we're gonna learn of them further into the story, especially with the changed rhombus eyes. Next up is probably either male Endmin or Leave It In, so keep an eye out for that. I hope you enjoyed and have a nice day. Bye bye.